Hello Starcraft fans, I am the Chiquino, and today I've got a game from EPS between AT and Socke and his fellow clanmate, AT and DarkForce. AT and DarkForce is our yellow Zerg player on the top part of Mutalisk, and on the right side of Mutalisk is Socke, is our light blue Protoss player. And of course, they got close spawn distance by air, so that may change a little bit of the game plans for both players. And DarkForce is just going to hang out above the pylon to see what type of buildings his clanmate is going to go for. And Socke is up here going to block this expansion. But we've got DarkForce going for the safe opening as a Zerg player. Is going to get that gas first and then pool up. So he's going to be able to clear out this probe pretty quickly. This dancing probe here. Now Socke figures, oh no, he should have expanded by now. Let's go check. Okay, he's making a pool. And he's got that gas up and going, so not much I can do to block that expansion. So a gateway being placed, the second pylon going down after the assimilator. So we'll probably see a cybernetics core pop up next unless something crazy happens. And Socke just being annoying with this probe there, getting a little zips and zaps in. And he's got to be careful because DarkForce is on top of his game. He's going to fight that off. Shields falling off the probe there. He did steal a couple of minerals. He's going to come back here and hang out at this expansion. So we do have 4 Zerglings coming out, the Queen being produced. And he's going to go down there and plop up an expansion pretty soon. Looks, there goes that drone, and this probe is going to be too late. He's like, no! But he's going to get there in time because DarkForce doesn't have enough minerals. There he goes. He's actually, now what did he just make? He just made something else. He just, okay, he queued at metabolic boost. I was like, where did his money go? He just had money. But Socke wanting to save his probe. Going to come out here, hang his Zelnogger tower. He's going to have to run pretty quickly. He's got those Zerglings on the way. They're going to come up there and try and control the map. Look at that spread. He's got Zerglings all over the place. Probably going to come up here and check for any type of proxy pylons up here on the ridge of his base. Of his third base, actually. Yep, he's going to come up here and scout around. Look at that. Looking all over the place for pylons. And he's actually not. He's going to turn back around and figure, okay, I'm going to trust Socke. He probably didn't put any proxies there. A probe once again on the way. He's going to get intercepted by the Zergling, but that Zergling doesn't have speed yet, so he's going to be able to come up here and chase him. He's going to just check, okay, cool, there's an expansion. What else do you have in this pretty base of yours? DarkForce. He did pull guys off gas, so he's probably going to start droning up here. Second Queen coming out. And Socke's going for, probably going to go for an expansion build. He is making that 2nd century, chrono boosting his warp gates. And what does he get? 2 gateways coming? Yep, 2 gateways on the way. So the Socke is definitely showing every single sign that he's going to go for an expansion, even putting the pylon outside his ramp. So definitely going to go for that expand type of opening. Speed is finished for those little Zerglings, so they'll be able to run around and check everything out. Definitely important for Zerg players to do this. You need to know the second the Protoss player is moving out. So if you see a big force coming, you know when you need to respond. Okay, expansion goes down. He's like, okay, cool, safe. I can start droning. And he's even going to... Oh, denied! Denied by that force field. That Zergling almost had the happiest day of his life. He's like, cool, I'm going to get in! No! Force field. Oh, well. He almost made it in. That's what counts. He tried. That's about all you can go for these days. Just try to get in. So you have a Roach Warren popping up. And, okay, he's already got a Roach Horn, but I guess he might be going for that double Roach upgrade where you get the speed and tunneling claws upgrade at the same time. So unless DarkForce made a huge error, I think he's going to go for a lot of Roaches this game, just to guess. Doing a little bit of creep tumor action. Third Queen on the way. Hopefully that Queen will be used to lay down some more creep tumors, because if you're going to go pure Roach, you need to have a lot of creep. You gotta have the creep highway down so your units can float on the highway, you know. Got like 3-lane creep highway going. Get those massive number of roaches just all over the place. Gonna get a 3rd gas up, not a 4th gas yet, just a 3rd gas. Actually, no, he doesn't even have a gas at his main yet, so that's just the 2nd gas at this point. Down here in Socke land, or Socke land, however you decide to say that. We got some hallucinations popping up. He's got that Phoenix. He's going to go do some scouting, and he's going to see... Actually, I think you just saw that back there. I think that was another hallucination that may have just ended, but there's a lot of roaches coming out. And he's got 2 Roach Warrens, but he still hasn't got any upgrades yet. Got a Burrow coming, so I think he still is going to do that. He's got his gas coming. He's got his 3rd gas going. He may have just been late on his gas there. I'm not quite sure. I'm not too familiar with this, this Zerg build. He's getting an Overseer Cocoon. I guess he just wants to make sure that if any DTs are snuck in, he just has that Overseer out. So that's a pretty safe move to do. He's going to go, actually going to go out on scouting with that. That's not going to be used defensively. That's going to be used offensively. And DarkForce is going to scout. He's not going to see too much. He's got 2 gateways in his base, 2 gas there. A Robo is going to be important to see, but he's going to get denied, I think. He's going to not be able to see it. Oh, there he sees it. So he does see that Robo. So DarkForce should feel pretty confident. If he gets a lot of roaches here pretty quick and sticks to 2 base, but he's not. He's going to go for 3 bases. He's just going to, you know, mass. Okay, so he didn't get Tunneling Claws upgrade. I'm beginning to think the 2nd Roach one was a mistake because he's got this one he hasn't even used yet, and he's getting Roach speed. So I think that was a mistake. They're getting that 2nd Roach Warren. Oh well. I can't say I've never made 2 buildings myself. I remember the one time I ever did this, and I was playing a 2v2, and I was Protoss, and I made 2 Cybernex cores. I felt like the biggest idiot of all, but we managed to win anyway, so all's well that ends well. And some more hallucinations going around, shooting their fake bullets at everything. And he's going to scout out that 3rd base. So up to 4 gas now for DarkForce. And Socke, what does he got going on here? He's making that robotics base. So we'll probably see Colossus coming out pretty soon. Couple Stalkers being left in here just to deal with any type of scouting. And Socke going to come up here, regain control of that Zelnaga tower, and maybe kill some creep tumors. Nope, he's not going to kill some creep tumors. He's just going to make sure they're not past the Zelnaga tower. That's the line in the sand that Socke doesn't want those creep tumors to cross. I mean, you can't let those creep tumors get past the Zelnaga tower. I mean, that's my side of the map. You know what I'm saying? So Socke with some sentries up here in the front. Going to go on the attack once again. He's actually probably going to get rid of that creep tumor now because that's getting pretty close to his side of the sand. And oh, got some roaches coming out. He's going to have to throw down some force fields. He doesn't want to deal with that straight on. He's going to maybe very good, doing a good job of micing those sentries to the back. Pretty smart play there. Pretty good force fields. He's going to pick off a lot of free roaches, and it hasn't lost much of anything yet. He's going to lose some sentries there. He just lost one, loses a stalker. Looks like he's going to lose another. Doing a really good job here at DarkForce, attacking, killing those sentries. Those are definitely the things you want to attack in this situation. Sentries are very weak. You can look at that. Only 80 life total between the shields and life, and they're really good. They build up their energy, and that's something you want to definitely kill off early in the game, so those force fields don't add up later on in the game. Now we have Mutalisk coming out, and wow, actually Zerg melee attack upgrade level 1. That's kind of odd. But he's making some Zerglings. Okay, he's got a couple of Zerglings out. It made transition into Zergling Muta against this army. Just got a couple of roaches for the early game just to put a little bit of pressure on. But taking out that creep highway. Socke is definitely not for smooth roads. He's for rough, gravelly creep highways, not those nice, smooth ones that those Zerg players love so much. We've got a 3rd base up and going for Socke down here in the bottom part of the map, and we've got some Mutas going to come and do some harassing. Let's see what type of damage he can do here. Kill some probes. 1, 2. Looks like he's got 2 kills. He's going to rally some more up. He's doing quite a bit of damage here. And now Socke finally deciding to pull those probes out. He's like, okay, guys, it's a lunch break. Go back. It's a limited lunch break. Your break is as long as it takes you to go from this nexus to the other nexus. And they're like, oh, man, I really want to have a longer break. And he's like, no, not so much. Actually, those guys are all being transferred down here to this 3rd base. Socke throwing up some stuff. It looks like DarkForce does see that expansion. You may see him do a little bit more pressure. He's got his Roach Zergling army going on over here. He's making some more Muta. Pumping on a few drones. Man, Socke's 3rd is actually quite fast considering this Zerg players basically just now starting to saturate it. And Socke going on the attack. He's got 2 Colossi, 1 attack upgrade. Guardian Shield. Phoenix is, or not Phoenix, is Mutalisk not paying attention. Just lost 1 there and is taking quite a bit of damage. He really needs to take out those creep tumors while that observer is there. But Socke deciding, you know what, that's too much jazz. I'm gonna fall back. Can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen. And now he's gonna kill that Zergling. Looks like that Zergling was on his way to take out that Zelnaga tower. Take it out to control the Zelnaga tower right here to provide vision. We got a Mutalisk attack here on the right, but it looks like Socke is pushing up here to the front. Nope, Mutalisks are now falling back. He's like, okay, he's not going to attack. I'm going to go harass. Warping into Phoenixes, but no, Socke is like, you know what? I'm going to attack. Nope, he's not. He's just taking out some creep tumors. Socke doing a little dance here on that creep highway. It looks like DarkForce has had enough of that. Good force fields, stopping a whole bunch of units at the left and the top. Good force fields. That's going to allow all those Stalkers just to take out as many Mutalisks as they want. Doing some really good zoning there with those force fields. Whenever those, just keeping those roaches out of range of the Stalkers allows the Stalkers to only focus fire and kill the Mutalisks, which is what you want to go for in that fight. If you can pick off Mutalisks, that is just such a smart move to do as a Protoss player because those Mutalisks are so expensive and so hard to replace. So we've got a ground attack level 2 coming. 1 photon cannon here in the main. 2 more gases going up for Socke. He's got his 3rd gateway over here on the left. He's going to go for a full wall off, maybe. We got a 4th base for DarkForce on the far left side of the map. Some more Mutas going to go do some harassment. And Socke, is he going to push back up? He's going to take control of that Zelnaga tower once again. Looks like those Mutalisks, nope, they're not going to be able to get in. Socke doing a pretty good job of keeping those Stalkers here. And nope, looks like they're going to go back. But I think he needs to come back to base because those Stalkers are heading back in. 4 Stalkers being warped in those. That's not going to do too much damage, but it looks like DarkForce is going to come down here and counterattack. Counterattack this expansion, but there are so many units from Socke coming in. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea. He does have Burrow, though, but he doesn't have Tunneling Claws. He can take a lot of damage there. Takes a lot of damage. Blink now finished. Blink up there, catching up with those roaches, dealing a little bit of damage, and now DarkForce is forced to run. He still has like these 5 Mutalisks who's being extremely annoying. They're not actually going to be able to do too terrible and much damage, but we have a Zergling run through. Oh no, he's got nothing to wall it off there. He's going to... Oh, he's got 2 photon cannons though, so that's going to be more than enough. I thought he was going to run that straight into the main, but Zergling's going to be able to take out at least this photon cannon. This one at the top is in a really great position. Look at that, only enough for 1 Zerg to attack. That's a really good job. These 2 at the bottom are dealing a lot of damage. We have a fight. Actually, more Zerglings just running in, getting picked off there. I don't know if they were going in for a run-by or whatnot, but dealing a little bit of damage here, taking out that one. And actually, another base for DarkForce. DarkForce just wants to paint this map yellow and purple. Stalker's blinking in. And Colossi deciding to kill their own pylon. That must have been a misclick, because that's not really a smart strategy to kill their own pylons. Just to guess. DarkForce now attacking once again here at the bottom part of the map. You can take out some warp gates with these roaches. But these warp gates just have so much life that taking out a couple of these warp gates isn't really going to be that effective. He lost quite a few roaches. And if he blinks and gets on top of those roaches, he can do some more damage, but he needs to fall back. Mutalisks now coming in. Actually, wow, more Mutalisks up here than what there were earlier. These roaches are just now on the retreat. He needs to keep running. Oh no, he's not running. You need to run. Not running far enough. And we have Zerglings running. So wow, DarkForce was like attacking with Zerglings running in and bringing in some Mutalisks at the same time. And Socke just now in full defensive mode. These Zerglings are not going to be too much of a problem, but these Mutalisks are turning rapidly into a problem. He just lost a Nexus. But Socke is on the pressure. He's putting the pressure on, that's for sure. These roaches kind of doing a loopy-loop around the base here. They're going to come back in, meet up with the Mutalisks. These Mutalisks are wrecking face over here. And Socke has had enough of it. He's like, you know what? I'm going to cut the snake off at the head. He's going straight for the heart of the Zerg base. Losing some Overlords. And this is quickly turning into a base race. But I think I'm on the side of Socke because this army is pretty ridiculous. 137 versus 164. Harbinger count 62 versus 44. So overall, 2 counts pretty similar. We have a lot of Mutalisks. 1 attack upgrade. Taking out this expansion. So Socke is now left with this 1 single base. He does have Templar Archives, but he doesn't have any Templars out. No Storm researched either. So that's not going to be too effective. He's kind of splitting up his forces now. Socke now supply block. Not so much for DarkForce. He's kind of splitting up his forces. Socke now splitting up his forces, leaving half here. He's falling back the rest to his main base. He knows he cannot lose that main base. I'm surprised DarkForce is actually cleaning this up. There's really not much left to do there. He should have went straight down this expansion and killed those probes. Socke kind of now second-guessing himself. He's now bringing back everything. He took out that expansion. He's now on the way. I don't know if he's aware of these bases on the left. He's aware of that one, but now he's going to see that one with that pylon. The attack from Mutalisk. Oh no, they're getting caught out in the open there. Roaches want to get in on this fight, but really good force fields there. Falling back, we may see DarkForce fall back at this point. Socke is now left to 1 base, and DarkForce is safely sitting at 3. This bottom base here isn't going to last very long. There's not much stopping Socke from coming down there and killing that, except for the fact that he may just not be completely aware of it. He's really trying to deal with these Mutalisks. These Mutalisks trying to keep the pressure on to allow those extra expansions just to start. But oh no, he lost so many Mutalisks there. Wow. He needed to leave there way before that. He lost, I think, 4 or 5 Mutalisks on that. That didn't turn out so well for him. The creep highway kind of got killed all the way through the middle, but you can see on the left side of the base, got a pretty good job of spreading creep. Now Socke going back on the offensive. He's got 2 attack upgrades. He's got 4 Colossi out and a couple sentries, so he's more than enough sentries to throw down some pretty good force fields. And Mutalisk back on the attack once again, doing some harassing, killing some pylons, keeping Socke supply blocked, 125 food. Zerg player at 132 food, not supply blocked. And Sin is just trying to figure out, what do I want to kill? Do I want to attack to the left? Do I want to attack to the right? These Mutalisks are really annoying. Stalker's coming over here trying to keep what little production facilities he has left alive. This forge, he's got 2 warp gates, but he doesn't even have pylons to produce any more units. And he's really low on minerals. He does have 2 High Templars out. And it looks like we have some more pressure. These Stalkers need to watch out. It looks like this one is going to get picked. Nope, he's not going to get picked off. He's sneaking right out of there. That Stalker was slippery. He was covered in butter. And not the cold butter that's hard to put on your toast, but the nice, warm, soft butter. And some Zerglings over here taking out some assimilators. Doesn't want Socke to get any of that gas. And Socke going on that counterattack. We have Socke going to attack out this expansion. There's 2 really valuable expansions that DarkForce needs to keep alive because this is where the majority of his money is coming from. And he's going to tear this up. But you know what? DarkForce is like, whatever, I'm going to go for your base. I've got more bases than you. You need to watch out those High Templar. Do they have Storm? Where's that at? I think they do. Yes, they do have Storm. They do not have Criterion Ambulance, so you can't just warp in Storms. These Mutant need to watch out. Those Storms can do some serious damage. So we have a base race once again. Socke versus DarkForce clan battle going on right here. Good Storm right there on top of all those roaches. Those Zerglings do not want to run in there. And he's got enough for one more Storm, but oh, quickly getting out there. No, flying back into it. Watch out, Mutalisk. There are a lot of photon cannons. Whoa. Socke wants to keep this base alive no matter what. And he needs to watch out. Those Mutalisks are still alive, but they're really low on life. The food count for our Zerg player just dramatically dropped there while Socke stayed pretty high. Look at that. I think Socke's army can easily crush DarkForce's army at this point. But DarkForce just has so many bases. Look at this. Look all over the map. 2. There's like 2 down here, and this one still has a spire at it even. With some spawning pool. Not sure. Okay, there it is. I was wondering why the spire wasn't losing life, but there it goes. It's starting to lose life. I guess there was a little bit of creep touching it still. But these Mutalisks are the single factor keeping DarkForce in this game. Socke has so many photon cannons in his base that I think he's going to be pretty safe at this point. He can just counterattack now at this point and just win. He took out the majority of, actually all of the mining spaces from DarkForce. DarkForce is now left with this one single base. Let's check the probe count. 35 versus 23. And I think Socke's going to finish the game right here with this attack. Mutalisks aren't going to be enough to deal with this massive number of Stalkers and Sentries. He does have quite a few though, man. Check that out. Let's check out the units tab real quick. 22 Mutalisks. But I don't think it's going to be enough. He has 2 attack upgrades for those Stalkers. And he's even bringing some High Templars with Storm. And Socke's going to take out this base pretty quickly. He's killing some creep tumors on the way. Taking out that, but DarkForce saving those drones. It looks like he's going to go all in with these drones. And these Mutalisks going to try and maybe go for a base race. I'm not quite sure. There's so many photon cannons in the base. Socke wants to keep this base alive no matter what. Zergling's taking out some assimilators still. And retaking a base here on the left. DarkForce does not want to hit his teammate head on with this army composition he has. But he's going to try and go for it. If Socke can just warp in, actually he doesn't really need to warp in any units. He's still going to warp in Stalkers, but there's so many photon cannons here, I don't think it's possible. But he's actually not going to go on with those drones. He's just going to come back over here to the left and mine at this base on the far left side of the map. This layer's still alive. He still has 2 Roach Warrens. So at this point, he has the same amount of Roach Warrens as he does hatcheries. Soon to be hatcheries. I don't think that's ever happened before in a game. But Socke catching these drones on the transfer. He's going to snipe and pick them off. There we go. Very nice job. And Socke is going to be able to, as soon as he takes out this base and actually canceling and burrowing, DarkForce is just being DarkForce does not want to lose to his clanmate here. He's like, yo, Socke, come on, dude. He's burrowing, but he has an observer. Yep, he is an observer, so those drones can't burrow deep enough to get away from that vision of that observer. That guy's got 20/20 vision. He's going to see everything. DarkForce coming back in here with some more Mutalisks. He wants to kill those warp gates, but it doesn't matter how many warp gates you kill, bro. There are just way too many Stalkers here in this army. 126 food. He's even got High Templar with max energy for Psionic Storm. And Mutalisks, so many Mutalisks taking out pylons. taking out anything that he gets you. Blink Stalker's coming up, but DarkForce is going to have to watch out here. One more blink. Nope, he's going to fall back. How is DarkForce alive at this point? He's got one base here. He's binding from over here. He's got like, let's check how many drones he's up to. 21. I don't even know. I don't even see 21 drones. Where is he? He's still mining from his main somehow. He's oh, that's right. He got this very late because he started this one down here sooner. But DarkForce is still in this somehow. Socke really doesn't want to go for that full-on attack because probably for one he doesn't know where his main is because he's looking on the mini map. He's like, okay, what base haven't I killed 2 or 3 times already before? I mean, he could be anywhere at this point, but Socke has a huge advantage at this point. He can just play defensive, get up to second base, put up some more photon cannons, and then go for a counterattack. If Socke really wanted to, now that I think about it, if he could just tech into DTs, he could do a lot of damage. Just kill, I mean, if he had one Overseer, that would be annoying, but he could easily snipe the Overseer with some Stalkers or something like that, and just use DTs to control the map. Because DarkForce has literally been all over the map, and DTs would have solved that problem a long time ago. But he does have a Twilight Council, so DTs would actually be a pretty smart move at this point, just to control the map. You can leave the majority of your forces at home, and he can't have an Overseer at every single expansion because that's just really gas intensive this late in the game. And DarkForce is coming in here, sniping units, picking out Stalkers, blinking, trying to get away. Storm, oh, great Storm! There we got the GG. DarkForce was like, that's too much weather for me, brody. That's just too much weather for me. And he's going to GG out of there. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. That was quite a long battle between 2 players from ATN. Socke eventually pulling out the win there at the very end. Very well fought from both players. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you later.